The Center for Inclusive Excellence here at Point Park will be offering self-defense classes to teach students how to protect themselves.
Missing a piece of history, what the city is doing to return lost or absent records at the City-County building.
And students will be scanning their IDs not just once, but twice when entering Lawrence Hall after the newest renovations take place. What the school is doing to expand the safety measures coming up.
Live from the Point Park University Broadcast Center in downtown Pittsburgh, this is Point News.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Point News. I'm Kimberly Kege.
And I'm Allison Schubert. Self-defense classes are now being offered here at Point Park. Point News reporter Monet Finley takes a look.
With the recent criminal activities that has been happening in downtown, one department at Point Park University has decided to attack this issue by teaching students how to protect themselves.
The idea for the self-defense class actually came out of an impromptu conversation I was having with Dr. Martin at lunch one day. We got into talking about his background in martial arts, and then it dawned on me, I said, you should host a self-defense class. I know that when I sit down at my laptop every day, I get so many disheartening emails about, things happening around the city, things happening with, people our age.
I've been in martial arts for about 38 years and have created a system that's been internationally recognized as a new survival combat system. And so being around people who are interested, I couldn't not offer it. It just would seem crazy not to. Don't wear anything delicate, but dress as close as possible to what you really wear. You're not going to be walking around in exercise clothes all the time, So you need to if your clothing is working against you, it's like adding another opponent to the equation.
So it'll be in the racquetball courts, and it will be on October 16th from 4 to 5. You can sign up. There is posters around campus. They have a QR code that you can use to, go to the sign-up sheet link.
We have people that we don't necessarily know that are in our shared space, and we have to learn how to coexist. Well, that also means that we have to learn how to defend ourselves if anything does go wrong. So I think this will be a huge benefit to the students.
Professor Martin also offers additional self-defense classes on Mondays from 4 to 5 p.m. at Point Park University. My name is Monet Finley reporting for Point News.
The Roberto Clemente Bridge closed down last Friday when a suspicious package was found on the river walk in close proximity to the bridge. According to the Pittsburgh Police Safety Police Daughter, police responded to a report about the suspicious package at 10:45 that morning. Once police were at the scene, they deemed the package suspicious because the device appeared to be potentially harmful. The Roberto Clemente Bridge was closed down and the Coast Guard halted river traffic. After investigating the device, it was deemed not harmful and traffic returned to both the river and the road. No arrests have been made at this time.
Point Park is expanding their security measures to ensure safety for all students and faculty. Our reporter Taylor Spirito has the story for us. Taylor.
On Tuesday, October 1st, Point Park's Chief of Police Jeffrey Bisong announced via email that they will be installing turnstiles into Lawrence Hall right behind me to better upgrade the building's security. Students have to scan to get into buildings on campus, which makes it easy for people to follow behind them. Point Park Police Deputy Chief Nicholas Black says that piggybacking isn't a big issue, but public safety wants it eliminated before it becomes a big issue.
Take like a proactive approach to somebody who is unwanted entering into the buildings.
Black says to access the turnstiles, you first have to have access to the building. That means having a Point Park ID on you.
The designs will have large glass doors. They'll be ADA accessible. You would scan the outside of Lawrence to get you into where the turnstiles are, and then you'll scan again, and then you'll be able to enter into the building.
Bisong's email says that other buildings on campus will be getting the turnstiles in the future. Officer Black says that while nothing is confirmed, they're looking to install them in high-traffic buildings. Other than Lawrence, Academic Hall is the center point for the university. As you can see, the scanner is constantly beeping this red and green, meaning that it's as easy as opening the door to get into the building. Megan Fitzsimmons lived in Lawrence last year. She said she felt unsafe with the ineffective security.
I think my biggest fear was people would be able to jump over it, but if anyone tries to jump over the turnstiles, they'll set an alarm off and call public safety. So that makes me feel a lot better.
Installation of the turnstiles is expected to last roughly 2 to 4 days, and installation will begin within the next couple of weeks. Reporting for Point News in front of Lawrence Hall at Point Park University, I'm Taylor Spirito.
Title IX is mandating new training sessions for current and incoming freshmen. Kiera Fry has a story. Kiera?
Point Park University students received an email saying that they are required to complete a new online training program about sexual violence prevention and diversity awareness. Every year, new incoming students complete an online training that covers alcohol, drugs, sexual violence, and other similar topics. Coordinator of Student Conduct, Vince Regani, says the email was sent due to a change with the training.
So the Safe Colleges suite is new to us this year. If you're familiar with the Think About It program through EverFi or Campus Clarity from years past, we decided to go with a new software. It offers a lot of different extra training that we believe is necessary for the students.
In addition to the required trainings, the email that was sent out on Monday also included suggested trainings on alcohol and other drugs.
I think this training is definitely important for college students because it provides them with the ability to understand and educate themselves more on alcohol and other drugs directly through a software that we believe is very informative to them.
According to the American Psychological Association, college students who have completed some sort of bystander intervention program, like Safe Colleges, are more likely to intervene in risky situations.
We do want to encourage students to always be safe, and that's why we believe that this education is necessary, and it provides us the ability to reach out to the students and train them.
The email says that Point Park University students must complete the training by January 10th. Reporting from Point Park University in downtown Pittsburgh, I'm Kiera Fry for Point News.
And a new counseling program for African American students has made its way to Point Park. The University Counseling Center at Point Park is providing a counseling program called Healing Through Hearing for African American students to explore possible impacts of racial trauma in an experiential manner. According to the Counseling Center, racial trauma is a form of race-based stress, refers to people of color and reactions to dangerous events and threats of racial discrimination.
With the holidays approaching, flu season is right around the corner. Fever, cough, or chills are all symptoms of the flu, and there's a way you can prevent them. The CDC recommends everyone over the age of 6 months old should get their flu shot before the end of October. The highest number of flu cases are reported during January to March.
Flu shot clinic on Monday, October 14th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then again from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's $10 cash. Bring your student ID and the $10. We have a little bit of paperwork to fill out, and then you get your flu shot.
It takes about 2 weeks for your body to become immune to the flu. Last year's flu season ran from October 1st to May.
And the Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf is weighing in on the proposed Fair Pay to Play Act, which, if enacted, could allow some college students to earn money from sponsorships. The governor tweeted Tuesday that he believes college athletes should be fairly compensated, especially for the use of their name, image, and likeness. No word on the bill yet, but it may move forward into the state legislature.
And the Steelers are tackling even bigger problems now at the end of Week 5. Not only did the AFC North's Baltimore Ravens dish out the Steelers a 26-23 loss, but they also took backup quarterback Mason Rudolph out of the game in the third quarter. It was released early in the fourth quarter that Rudolph was diagnosed with a concussion and was being taken to a local hospital for further testing. Third-string quarterback Devlin Hodges was brought in to finish the game and will likely be making the start until Rudolph is able to return to the field. Unearthing history in Pittsburgh.
An effort to reclaim old and lost records and so much more, Point News reporter Nick Tomarello explains exactly what city officials are looking for.
The city of Pittsburgh is looking to the public to return missing or lost items back home to the city-county building. The city clerk developed a records management division last year. According to the city archivist, there wasn't standardized direction on what employees should be doing with their records in the past.
And under those conditions, records tend to go missing. Sometimes employees will take them home as mementos whenever they retire, not really recognizing that they're public records.
No exact list of missing items exists, but they could range from maps of roadways and infrastructure to blueprints of city buildings and minute books. And some of them can be used today.
You know, we're dealing with a lot of infrastructure issues from our water authority, and these early era blueprints tell us what are under the streets, because in many, many cases, we don't know what's down there until we get down there, because a lot of this stuff is walked away.
If you happen to have any of these lost or missing items, don't worry. The City of Pittsburgh will offer amnesty to those who return them.
So the main point is, if you have anything marked with the City of Pittsburgh or you know about the City of Pittsburgh, we want to have a chance for our archivists to look at it, evaluate it, and if we think it's valuable to the city's history, to bring it back here to the city-county building.
Members of the public can call or email the archives to look at the public records, but the city hopes to make them more accessible.
Eventually, we would like to have a facility for records management and all of our stuff digitized for the public, so you come to this facility if you need to see it in person, or if you need to just view it on the internet, that as well.
Public records can be returned back to the city-county building by emailing archives@pittsburghpa.gov. Reporting from outside of the city-county building in downtown Pittsburgh, I'm Nick Tomarello for Point News.
When we come back, the first ever fashion show to hit East Carson Street occurred last week as a part of Pittsburgh's Fashion Week.
And a different kind of fashion show, one without clothes. Also a part of Pittsburgh's Fashion Week. We'll be right back.
Go to our new website, uview.pointpark.edu.
Go, 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 go.
Join UView and find your herd.
Join EOP. And 3, 2, 1. Join EOP.
Grab them now or else I will step on.
Yeah.
Join on point with politics.
3, 2, 1.
Join Pioneer Sideline.
Loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Welcome back to Point News. Walking the runway in the middle of a Pittsburgh neighborhood.
You probably haven't heard the phrase before, a stop sign fashion show, but it happened recently and Point News reporter Narders Holly was there.
At the corner of 18th and Carson Street is where Pittsburgh meets fashion. It's the first ever Southside Fashion Show. Director of the show, Claire Pro, signed up as a Pittsburgh brand ambassador in the winter of this year. During their several meetings, Pro says the city wanted community involvement and engagement within Fashion Week.
They want the community to be a part of it, and I thought, you know, maybe I could help them with that. So I had a few store owners who were friends of mine, Highway Robbery, Kate, Zach Edgard from Zeds, and Femi from Shop Femi, and asked them, you know, hey guys, what do you think about doing this fashion show? And they were very supportive of me. So then just kind of hit the ground running from there.
The fashion show features many different types of shops, from women's apparel, custom printed t-shirts, men's streetwear, bridal gowns, skatewear, vintage fashion, and secondhand consignment clothing.
The only criteria was that you were a clothing and apparel store from 1st to 30th Street. So the East Carson Business District is home to about 32 stores, which is a rate of 1 clothing store per city block, making the South Side one of Pittsburgh's most dense and robust fashion districts.
We are a few minutes from the show's start. People are funneling in and out. The models are ready and the audience is as well. The models are all different body types and people, some even Point Park students, wearing clothing from 9 different Southside shops.
Well, this jacket, everything I'm wearing is from Highway Robbery Vintage. I just threw this outfit together and I totally love it. I'm wearing a fake leather jacket, don't kill animals. This is a nice fluffy blouse, and I have a plaid skirt. I've always wanted to wear a plaid skirt.
We're hoping it becomes an annual event and carries on as part of Pittsburgh Fashion Week for years to come.
The show's wrapping up here at Southside. I'm Nardos Haile for Point News.
And a new fashion show is hoping to change industry standards. Royce Jones has the story.
By nature, Pittsburgh Fashion Week is usually all about the fashion. But this year, the first ever Fashion of Flesh event is sending all skin down the runway. On Pittsburgh's north side, inside the Flashlight Factory, the runway. Crawling with permanent accessories. It's all part of Pittsburgh Fashion Week, representatives calling this tattoo fashion show a first of its kind for the Pittsburgh fashion scene.
We have a few designers designed clothes for the runway, and we have a good turnout. It's for their first year doing this is a great turnout.
According to their website, Fashion of the Flesh is aiming to break the fashion industry's thick skin. As they say, models with ink have a long-lasting history of being snubbed from the industry.
We wanted to turn that on its head and focus on the models themselves. We want to showcase tattoos as pieces of fashion.
Statistics from the Society for Human Resource Management show about 29% of U.S. adults have tattoos. Depending on the industry, whether or not you can show those tattoos varies. But experts say the fashion industry is loosening up. In some cases, it's preferred.
Especially with like the more kind of natural, toned down outfits that are coming out.
Representatives from Pittsburgh Fashion Week say the Fashion of the Flesh is part of a larger mission to diversify the fashion industry across the board.
We want that inclusivity and diversity within our models, hairstylists, backstage help, everything involved with Fashion Week.
For Point News Now, I'm Royce Jones.
And National Hispanic Heritage Month is underway. We'll show you how Pittsburghers are celebrating coming up.
What's one word to describe CAB?
Welcoming.
Community.
Creative.
Experiences.
Family. Openness.
Pineapple.
The Campus Activities Board is a student-run organization that consists of 7 different committees. Each focuses on event planning, marketing, and administrative activities. Join us in organizing the juiciest events on campus, from late-night bingo to festive dances to our team bonding meetings. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Point Park Cap, or like us on Facebook at Campus Activities Board at Point Park University.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Troop alongside Jess Paterchak.
Defending his decision to kick out 15 Cuban diplomats from the United States.
Thanks, Allison. Fitness on Demand has returned to Point Park.
Residents fear that Mount Agung will have a repeat of 1963's eruption.
2-star NFL quarterbacks made the headlines this week after wrapping up.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Nick Tomarello, I'm Alex Grubbs. Have a great night.
Welcome back. Things have been getting chilly downtown recently. Monet Finley joins us now for our weekend forecast. Monet?
Thanks, Kim. Welcome back to our weather. My name is Monet Finley. So on Friday, we are expecting a high of 73 degrees and a low of 55 degrees. Now expect Friday to be a little warm and sunny and beautiful. Then on Saturday, we are expecting a high of 61 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. On Saturday, there will be rain in the morning. Then on Sunday, we are expecting a high of 64 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. On Sunday will be very sunny, really beautiful, a nice day for a picnic. Now, remember to bring your umbrellas every day during the weekend. Back to you, Kim.
Celebrations for National Hispanic Heritage Month are well underway.
And I got the chance to see how people are embracing the Hispanic culture. The Hispanic culture is filled with traditions, food, music, and art. And Pittsburghers are saying bienvenidos to Hispanic Heritage Month to celebrate the Hispanic culture.
And to be able to come here and adopt the American lifestyle while still retaining your Hispanic culture is very important.
Hispanic Heritage Month runs from September 15th to October 15th to commemorate the contributions of Hispanics and Latinos throughout the United States.
They did so much to get, the freedom that we now have. And I think it's a great way to honor that and to respect that and to think back to what they did so that we could be free.
Yoko, a Hispanic Pittsburgh-based shop, is helping create art to embrace the Hispanic heritage and culture.
A piece from Yoko, you're just not buying a piece of jewelry, you're buying an emotional expression from her and her sisters, which at this turbulent time, dealing with the hope of going back to Venezuela, that frustration and hope comes out in the combinations that you see here.
Raina Guerra says when she sees others celebrating, it reminds her of home.
It makes me feel like I'm at home and at peace, and it makes me feel like, in a way that I matter and my culture does have a place.
And if you'd like to embrace the Hispanic culture yourself, Latinx will be hosting salsa lessons on October 17th. For Point News, I'm Kimberly Kagi.
That's all we have for this week. Thank you for watching. Point News will be back next Thursday at 2 p.m. Have a great week, Pioneers.